Hello and welcome back to the renovation series. I got a couple of big jobs to do this week. I've got to reroute all the plumbing in the kitchen and lay a whole new subfloor in there as well. But the first thing I've got to do is paint my bedroom. I'm color drenching the whole thing bright pink and everybody's told me not to do it, but I'm confident it's going to look pretty sick. So let's see how it goes. I'm using Lakeland Paint's matte emulsion in this room for the walls, ceiling, skirtings, architraves, everything's going pink. This paint is like 100% breathable, 0% VOCs, like it's the most chemically free organic paint you can buy. You can eat this paint apparently, it's so natural. My thinking is I'm gonna paint over the damp because it shouldn't be getting any worse. If it flakes off and peels off and is a massive mess, then fine. I'm willing to deal with that later on. But because this is 100% breathable, I'm hoping it's gonna let that damp dry out and then we're not gonna have any issues. But whenever I say that sort of thing, it usually doesn't go very well. For now, we're just gonna paint over it. Feel free to attack me in the comments for that. I probably deserve it. I've masked up the floor. It took way longer than expected and is a bit patchworky with random bits and bobs. But it's time to paint. I'm gonna cut in with a paintbrush for the skirting boards, architraves, corners, anywhere I can't get with a roller, and then do the ceiling and walls, let it all dry, and then do another coat. So I'm a bit nervous, but let's do it. If you're new here and you enjoy this sort of content, I've got plenty more videos on my channel. I've been documenting myself fumbling through the renovation process since the very start, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future video. I'm just peeling all the masking tape off this room and it's looking so sick. I ummed and ahed about this paint colour for ages and it's obviously not to everybody's taste because it is pretty much just bright pink, but it looks so sick. I'm actually well happy with it. When I peeled it off and you can see the pine floorboards and the pine of this, It's actually really hard to get on camera because the windows here, it like floods it with light, so that's why it's a bit dark. But like, it looks so cool. And like, when there's furniture in here, it's gonna look sick. Since I finished this bedroom, I've pretty much fully furnished it. But before I show you that, there's some serious work that needs to happen in the kitchen. There are so many jobs in here to do that it's quite overwhelming. The first thing I need to do is rearrange all of the plumbing. As you can see, there are pipes running in the middle of the room because there used to be a wall here that I removed in one of the earliest episodes. And at the moment, these have just been floating and I've been trying to avoid them. But it's time for these to go because they obviously can't stay here. The plumbing in this kitchen is completely insane. So with that being said, the first thing I need to do is remove... Is it? The first thing I need to do is there is a radiator over there which connects up here, over there, and through to those pipes. And the first job is to just cut that out. I've drained down the heating system. I've turned the water off. I am 99% sure I'm still going to get covered in water. So this is going to be a big job, but let's see how it goes. Okay, the first pipes I'm going to cut is this radiator. Hypothetically, water shouldn't really come out of this. Yeah, a bit of water. Okay, that's cut. Next one. Oh, no water at all. That's good. Okay, now I've just got to cut these pipes out from up there. It's pretty hard to explain what needs to be done here, but it will make a lot more sense in about 2 minutes. Okay, so what I'm doing now is attaching all of the clips that are going to hold this pipe in. Basically, drill into the wall, put a wall plug in it, attach the clip. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. Solid. Oh, you twat. So this is what the pipes look like before, and this is what they look like after. I finished running the radiator pipes that go from the boiler upstairs, and now it's time to cut the inlet which goes into the kitchen sink, tee it off, run it along the stair all the way down and then into the boiler. Here's some random clips of me doing vaguely related plumbing tasks because all of the footage I took while I replumbed the kitchen was complete rubbish. But basically the pipes look like this, and now they look like this. It's taken me 2 days to do all the plumbing in the kitchen. I've completely rerouted all of the pipes so they no longer go under the concrete floor. I didn't run into too many issues. I found it like quite easy, but obviously it's pretty time consuming because it's taken me 2 days and I learned a lot while I was doing it. But now it's time to turn the water back on and test it. There will 100% be some leaks. If there are no leaks, then I'll be incredibly surprised. I'm going to turn the water on now, so keep your eyes peeled for leaks. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. I can hear water. I can't see any water. Okay, we've got water coming through the tap. Can't see any leaks there. Mate, if I don't get any leaks in the whole thing, like, I'm not seeing any leaks, you know. Not seeing any leaks. After that unexpected success, I then refilled the heating system, bled all the radiators throughout the house, and still no leaks. The kitchen was looking incredibly messy after 2 days of plumbing, so I tidied it all up. Okay, so I might have done a little bit more than just tidy up in here. I've spent the past few days pulling the toilet out. How do I do this? Okay, turn the water off. Oh mate, I'm not gonna get a screwdriver in there. Off. Okay. Second step, flush the toilet. Okay, still quite a lot of water in there, isn't there? Oh! Ah, that's the wrong isolation valve. Is that an isolation valve? moving the washing machine. Destroying the kitchen cabinets and sink. That's done. Pulling loads of wallpaper off the wall, which took ages. Filling some holes in the floor with sand and cement. All right, I've mixed up some cement and water. It's just called a cement slurry, apparently. Right, don't know whether that's right or not. Probably a bit too much water, but I don't think it really matters because we're just filling a hole, aren't we? Get it in there, man. And then finally painting the whole floor in a primer. Ready for the self-leveling compound. As you can see, the floor in here is very uneven. It's mainly due to the old shower. This was where the shower tray was, and then there was a drain running out there, which I filled in. And obviously there used to be a wall here, so that's all a bit chaotic too. So the plan is to use self-leveling compound across the whole floor, which should, in theory, give me a nice, flat, level surface to then tile on top of in the future. So this is the product I'm going to be using, the MAPE, I don't know how you say that, Ultraplan Renovation Screed 3240, which everybody online says is the best one and don't bother with any other cheap alternatives. So I've gone with the expensive stuff. So basically what you do with this is you mix it with water and then you just pour it. Well, no, that's not true. You mix a bag of this with a load of water and then you pour it onto the floor and then you splurge it around with a trowel and you use a spiked roller to get all the air out and to let it disperse, because they call them self-leveling compounds. Some people call them self-smoothing compounds because they do take a bit of work to get nice and level. Now I'm going to do this in 2 pours for 2 main reasons. The first reason is it's going to give me a sort of practice run, because the amount of videos you see of people messing this up is pretty off-putting. The other reason is because you can only pour this to a depth of up to 40 millimeters. And it's kind of it's about 40 millimeters, the sort of biggest discrepancy between the highest and lowest point. But I'd prefer to sort of get all of that chaos over there done. And then I'll do a full pour of the whole place tomorrow. I'm trying to get a bit of a station set up here so that this works well, because it's definitely really a 2-person job, which is why I'm testing on this small patch first to see if I can do it. So these 2 buckets are my clean water buckets, and I've measured exactly 4.5 litres in each bucket with a more accurate, hopefully, glass jug, because these tend to not be that accurate. And I've got a mixing bucket and I've got a washing bucket. So the plan is water goes in here, grab a bag, pour it in there. I bought myself a paddle mixer, because when I was using the SDS drill to mix plaster, it's just kind of shit basically, and this is hopefully going to be better. Okay, so then mix it in there, because then I need to slide it all the way down there, pour it out, use a trowel to get it into the corners and the little bits, and basically I've just got to keep doing that until that patch is kind of covered. Oh, this is going to be stressful. Right. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Bag goes in there, grab the paddle mixer, clean it off in there, leave it there, and then wheel it over there, pour it on the floor, probably do 2 of those at a time, smooth it out with a trowel, aerate it. I'm practicing this because once this ride starts, you can't get off until it's done. Jesus.
The toilet pipe kind of looks like a submarine's coming out of the floor.
I've left the compound to dry overnight. It's pretty much fully cured, but there's a few spots that are still a little bit darker where I think they just need a bit more time to dry. It's freezing in here, so I wasn't expecting it to dry very quickly. It's really flat. It's really level. I've been around with the spirit level, and it's like, well, I mean, unsurprisingly, it's pretty level. So while I'm waiting for these patches to dry, I'll show you the finished bedroom.